Three more games here in the United Sim Football Association that we have to figure out. Two of these teams in these next two games will meet up in the United Bowl tomorrow. Make sure you watch that one. It's going to be a fun ride. You already know how we do. The games got to keep playing. We got a streak going on with Twitch games. You already know the playoffs is the time where we need to shine. And we got two great teams going at it in this one between Tacoma and Arizona. You already know I got the homie Caboose once again in the booth. Let the people know how you're feeling.
How's it going, everyone? Yes, I'm here again. It's a miracle, but I'll probably try and disappoint you next game. It's okay.
It be like that sometimes. You know, it's part of life. You know, like sometimes everything doesn't go your way, but we'll have to see what their luck is going to go into the favor in between these two teams here. Veterans all over the field, both on offense and defense. You honestly could pick either of these teams, and they're both worthy of making it to the United Bowl, in my personal opinion. They've been two of the best teams in the Western Conference, and here they are meeting up, number one versus number two. I'll go ahead and give an Arizona breakdown right after you talk about Tacoma.
So Tacoma, as we saw them last week, put on a pretty good showing there against Huntington Beach. Really was suffocating Huntington Beach on just about every aspect of the game that I can recall. But the way Tacoma's gonna really win this game is more of the same. Someone's in my DMs.
It'd be like that.
So I think if for Tacoma to win this game, they're going to need to put on a much better passing attack than they did to start the Huntington Beach game. There's not going to be much room for error like they had in the wild card game, where Sean Bridges came out. He started a bit slow, and it took him a couple drives to get his feet under him.
Mm-hmm.
So he can't have that same kind of slow start. Tacoma needs to come out. They need to come out ready to play. Otherwise, they're going to get it taken to by this Arizona team that I'm now going to let you talk about.
Yes, sir. There's no better place to start than their number one player in the league, Ulf Jacobson, man. He's been that man ever since he started in the USFA. He's been steadily getting better and better. And now that we've made the switch over to this particular sim, he's been paying out all the dividends and then some. And if Tacoma can't slow that man down, it's going to be hard for me to think that Tacoma's going to come out on top. But the problems really don't stop there for Tacoma. They still have to deal with the top tier quarterback in his first season. His name is Money Mills. I call him Mr. ATM, and he is that for a reason. He is money on the block. He could run, he could pass. He has the weapons on the outside to make it happen. He has a great tight end around him. The defense, even though it does have its flaws on the deep passes every now and then, it's going to be a tough game for Tacoma to pull out. Arizona, they're definitely the favorite in my personal opinion. I think most will agree with me on that. And what do you think the final score will be for this one? This is the Western Conference Championship game. So,
man, I'm going to go with... I don't think this is going to be a low-scoring affair by any means. Mm-hmm. These are some very high-powered offenses, and both teams at times can be a bit suspect on defense. Mm-hmm. So I think that this is going to be a really high-scoring affair. I'm thinking, let's go 54-46 in favor of Arizona.
Okay, that's a pretty big leap. I'm leaning more towards that, but not as much points. I think the defense will start to settle down a little bit later into the game. I think it's going to be somewhere around like a 34-23 in favor of Arizona. That's what I'm kind of leaning toward. I think they'll win by a couple scores. Might get a late score to push it a little bit further. That's what I'm thinking. But we do have everything ready to go as you already see, we got it rolling. Let's go ahead and hit that play game button right after the homie tells me to do it because, he pays my checks. You know what I'm saying?
Do I? I think you're paying mine right now. Go ahead, hit that play button. Don't keep the people waiting.
I won't.
There's only a couple of them.
I won't. Let's go ahead and get into it. Happy to have you all here. It's a fun ride here. Like I say all the time, all these games have been fun, even the blowouts. Just seeing the new looks of these teams. The teams are looking a lot better as they upgrade, and on the aesthetic side of things, we're keeping it moving. Next season is going to be looking a lot crisper, in my personal opinion. And I do have a lot of faith that this is the league for everybody. You know what I'm saying? But let's go ahead and kick this thing off as we go ahead and flip over to the gameplay of see a return, getting past the 25, make that past the 30. And it's going to set up 1st and 10 coming up here for Arizona. There you go. Going to be sending this one is Money Mills in the pocket and going to find his pass immediately to the homie Sir Lancelot. Big plays already, and Arizona's on the move.
And it looks like First Fray is having an issue with the stream again from USFA chat. So I don't know if there's anything you can see there.
Look, I have it on my laptop and my phone. Like, it honestly can't be any clearer than this. I'm not even gonna lie to you. They're gonna pump fake it left side and almost throws the pick. They tried the homie Lancelot to the left side. No good there. Yeah, that's weird, though. I'm not sure why, because it's looking good to me.
It's looking good to me, too. Oh, well.
You tried different devices, see if it works out. Middle field, actually left side field. That's a dot right there. There's the homie Sean McGowan almost staying in bounds, but another first down play here for Arizona. And that was a tight window right there, too. John Carter was right there, absolutely. But he couldn't swat it.
He was right there. Just a bit out of reach for him. Perfect placement of the ball.
That's what Money Mills been doing all season. They have yet to run the football. It's all passed, and why not get the W? Almost gets picked off the tip.
Man. Double coverage, not the best throw there. That's not something you want to be necessarily risking a turnover down here on the first drive of the game. Not a good way to start it. So play it a little safer, hit those flats, hit those mid-rangers, try not to throw it into double coverage if you don't have to.
Especially how great this drive has been. You don't want to miss up this early in the game. Quick right side. There goes the homie Antonio Lewis turning up and steps out of bounds before he can get the first. 3rd and 3 coming up.
Yeah, just a little unaware of his positioning there, but it's all right. Still a very manageable 3rd down here and within field goal range.
I can guarantee you next season we won't be seeing plays like that. I can guarantee you that. I'm sorry. I'm going to be passing this one again. Under pressure and cannot find his man. No rushing plays. Open. No rushing plays on the drive, and it didn't work out for them. They're going to have to send the field goal team out. Tacoma fortunate there to get the stop. They'll take it, though. I'm sure. From the right hash is David Washington, the veteran, and he shows the kickers from the last game how it's done. That's how you put 3 points on the board. Arizona will take the short lead here, quick in the first quarter. As good of a drive that was, you'd want to have a touchdown, though. I think that's a little bit unfortunate for the Arizona side of things, but if you come away with points, you can't be too mad.
Yeah, and it just kind of came down to that. It was a weird throw there, that last play for Arizona. I feel like he really should have had that. The man was wide open in the middle of the field, and he just missed him.
Mm-hmm. Well, like on that particular play, Tacoma sent the blitz. It didn't quite get home, but maybe he thought that there was a rusher coming his way and kind of hurried that pass. Because he had time in the pocket.
Possible. Yeah, absolutely.
And we're going to set the kickoff. Coming back the other way is going to be Sent over to the end zone. Looks like it's going to be an easy touchback. Jaquay Walls there, taking it down for a knee. And it's 1st and 10 coming up here for Tacoma. One more thing I forgot to bring up on my side, but that's why I go ahead and do it. With the numbers up so I know who I'm talking about. Let's go ahead and get into it. Tacoma is going to have the first carry of the game, and Lamar Davis did have a decent enough game in his playoff debut. He's trying to do it again and then some.
Yeah, they did. I think, though, that the Arizona D-line is a bit better than the Huntington Beach one, and I think he's going to have a little bit harder of a time finding those inside runs.
Headlined by star defensive end Andre Krem. He's going to go from the left side. It's going to be caught by Zane Henderson. A short gain, but enough to make that 3rd down manageable.
Yeah, Zane Henderson is going to be heading out to St. Louis, from what I understand, next year for ownership.
Interesting. You love to see it. Shout out to the new homies coming in, taking over the squad. And it's going to be another handoff. No, it's a fake, and there goes Bridges, but he's going to be stopped. Not to be there, and Arizona's going to get the football back.
Yeah, that was a really well-designed play action there. Drew, I believe that was Krim. Correct me if I'm wrong. Looked like 90 or 92.
Mm-hmm.
And it drew him straight to the running back, and it gave the QB a lane to run. He just couldn't get there.
It'd be like that sometimes in the league. You got to get the attributes up, and maybe that could have been a different play. But regardless of that, Arizona, they have a 3-point lead. They're back on to try to extend it.
Kind of surprised to see Tacoma get stopped early like this.
Mm-hmm. They didn't really try the deep pass on that particular one. That's been their money play. As we get a money play to number 34, we talked about him in the beginning. He's going to get a gain of 5.
And that is a modest gain of 5 for him. If we're being honest.
If you've been watching the league this season, you know that a play like that can go 50 plus. But would they keep it on the ground, or would they go back to the passing game? Quick pitch and caught, turning up field and wide open man. One more man to beat his 21. I don't think he's touching them. That's going to be a touchdown. Touchdown. Rattlers.
Yeah, that was a beautiful seam route there. Just splits him perfectly, and it was gone.
And that does not look good here for Tacoma. Already down 2 scores, and the first quarter is not even halfway done. But luckily enough for Tacoma, they have an offense to try to combat that. But it's going to be 9-0 thanks to the missed extra point. I guess the missed kicks keeps on going. I believe in the playoffs we're like less than 50%. It's pretty bad right now. But they're only going to get better from here. It's going to be 7 minutes and 40 seconds left in the first. Tacoma's back on, and we'll talk about their offense since they're coming to the field. Let's go ahead and bring it up real quick. Quarterback will be Sean Bridges. Halfbacks will be Levante Lewis, Storm Nix III, and Lamar Davis. Wide receivers will be Jaquay Walls, Zorro Lunar, Tom Krieg, Zane Henderson, and Bubba Hill. And then they have tight end Frederick Kaiser. And kicker/punter will be Bruce Stenger. As we see this kickoff coming away, Arizona sending it back to the eruption. And it looks like this one is returnable for Jaquay Walls, looking to push up, and he's going to get stopped shy of the 25. Number 1 gets it to the 23. 1st and 10 coming.
So if you're Tacoma here, what do you do?
You got to go to what's working. You got to get those big play wide receivers, Krieg, Henderson, and Hill. They got to go them up the field, see if they can pretty much do what Arizona did to them in the last play. As they fake the handoff, this is a type of play that they will try to run. Right side is going to be caught. Trying to push for the first is Davis, but gets slowed down. A gain of 9.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing available downfield, so just take the easy free yards.
I think he was trying to look for that deep play, like I said before, but you got to give Arizona credit on that particular play. 2nd and 1 here. Going to be passing it again. In the pocket, trying left side, and going to be caught in some traffic is Bubba Hill, and that's going to be a quick first down, moving to pass at 35.
Krem is 78.
Yeah, Krem is 78, yes. He's the guy with the the black arm sleeves and the black gloves. That's how you kind of pick him out.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Hand off, and Storm Nix is going to push up for a first down. Yes, he is. A gain of around 12. And now this Tacoma team starting to pick up some fire.
Yeah, this is what they needed to start the game. Remember I was saying at the beginning here, like, they cannot afford to have a slow start like they just did. So this is very much needed to try and get back into this.
1st and 10 coming up. They're going to move. Storm Nix to third to the left side via the motion. Here comes another pass play. Looking for a man left side. It's going to be caught by Storm Nix and tackled immediately. A gain of around 4.
Nothing wrong with that. 4 yards on first down. Can't be mad.
Okay, and to keep the drive alive is the question.
Well, 2 more plays of 4 yards. Yeah, they can.
Less than 5 left in the first. Looks like 3 wide receivers to the right side. They'll hand it off to the right side and gets dragged down after a gain of 1. Actually, no, it's a gain of... a gain of 2. There you go. I got my numbers confused. Numbers is hard when you're doing commentary at the same time. I'm learning that even in my 7th season of doing this. I know that math is hard. It's going to be 3rd and 4th, though.
That's why I don't do commentary. I'm too busy doing math.
Interesting. Sends a blitz, doesn't get home, and he's going to turn up to try to get the first. He's going to point it out like he got it, and yes, he does. Barely. And great job by Bridges there. Under a lot of pressure. There was a man right in his face, but that was just a perfect pass.
At the last second, he's able to turn a little bit upfield and just move that ball just over the sticks.
They're going to fake the handoff to Davis. Looking for a man. They're going to try the right side short. Turns up and cannot quite get past the defensive player. Sean Bridges completes another pass on the drive, but he's going backwards that time.
Yeah, I mean, it looks nice in terms of percentage, but it really did nothing.
I did say a little earlier, got to push the ante a little bit. Got to go a little bit deeper, hit some of those zones that they're not being covered. Looking to pass, and it's going to be caught, turned up the field, and gets tackled immediately again. I believe that's Tyler Rogowski, the rookie. He had a great year this season, too.
Yeah, 6 yards there, or no, 7 yards after the loss of 1 on first down. So it makes this another manageable 3rd down for them. It was a big play. Definitely what they needed to do. Not
quite in field goal range. They have a bot player, so I wouldn't trust his leg in this particular instance. They're going to launch it deep, though, wide open. Touchdown. Tacoma, too easy.
Who was that? Number 11.
That's Tom Krieg.
Doing it again, Mr. Krieg.
And we said earlier in this game, if there's a weakness in this Arizona team, it is the outside. And if you have a burner wide receiver, that is a bucket more often times than not. And they'll make it a 2-point ball game here after the extra point. Got to give Tacoma credit for standing tall, staying with their convictions. And now they got it back to a game where they can take the lead potentially.
Yeah, for sure. And I think it's it's now up to Arizona again to respond. And I think, deep here in the first quarter, we could be in for a shootout.
Yes, we
it's
can.
Still very theoretically possible.
See, Mikey up in here, Tacoma in the building. He said, "What's up? What's happening?" I believe that is the homie Mikey Jackson, if I can remember. If I can remember the name, let me know if I'm right or if I'm wrong. Feel free to kick me in the shin if I'm wrong. He said yes, sir. So I'll take it.
You did.
I look, good job, memory. At least I'm good at something while doing commentary. It's gonna.
I don't know about that.
Hey, shut up! It's gonna be a return. Taking this one to the left side, trying to squeeze through. Is the homie Lancelot? I believe he stayed in that setup where he's not going to be the number one receiver in the depth chart, so he's returning kicks.
Gotcha.
Put him in the slot.
Okay. Interesting play. Let's see if it pays off for them.
They tried it last week and it worked out in their favor, but they almost lost the game if you want to think of it. Trying the right side and turns up his Lancelot trying to spin away, and he did a great job for not losing yards, but he only got 2.
I mean, he turned a situation of losing yards into gaining a couple, so there's nothing wrong with that.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a broken play to begin with. Just kind of chucked it his way, and he did the best he could.
Ooh, Mikey said, Big Mikey too, if you like that better. I'm not calling you Big Mikey. I'm calling you Mikey Jackson as Arizona moves backwards.
Who moved first?
No, that was Arizona. They go backwards.
Okay.
Yeah. But 2nd and 13, regardless, they're definitely still manageable here. If they could get around like 6 or 7 yards on this play, make it a lot easier for them.
I mean, hand that thing off, you might get 6-7 yards right there.
Most definitely. 2nd and 13. First quarter winding down. Got ourselves a solid game here. And they're going to give it to the halfback. Why not? But he's going to get slowed down for a short gain.
Interesting. Yeah, they read that perfectly. Not enough upfront blocking there for Arizona to create a hole, and it's ended up just being a 1-yard gain.
We've seen a lot of plays this season with Arizona where they're in this situation, and it turned out to be like a 30-yard gain, so I don't blame them for trying it again. But they tried to pass out the backfield to him, and they had a defensive player right on him, and it looked like that dude about to punch him. You seen that?
It did, and he probably would have caught these hands.
Regardless of that, that's going to be a punt coming, and Tacoma gets to stop. Punt is away here. Looks like a big boot again inside the 20, and they do get the bounce. It's going to roll. It stops at the 1. Oh, my goodness, what a roll.
That's brutal.
Oh, they got to clip that. That's going in the clips for the highlights, man.
That is going in the clips. That is probably one of the best punts I've ever seen.
I thought it was going to bounce sideways a little bit, but it ended up going closer to the goal line. And now
it's at their goal line.
That's tough news here for Tacoma. Got to watch out for potential safety purposes, but they hand it off and they'll get some breathing room thanks to Davis.
I mean, not much. He got him on maybe 2 or 3 yards there, and you're still on your 3 or 4 yard line. Like that's not out of the clear yet.
Not out of the clear indeed, but we're also out of the first quarter. Throw your 2s in for your boy. Let's go ahead and do it. As they set up going the other way, they hand it off, and this time Krim says, I don't got time for that nonsense. It's going to be a short gain, or would they get back to the line of scrimmage? I didn't count.
I think it's a gain of a yard.
Yeah, that makes more sense. 3rd and 6 coming up here, and if Arizona could get the stop, they'll be in some real good field position. Almost got a man off sides there. And they're going to try the handoff. No, they're not. Looks like he's going to launch it left side. Why not? It's wide open again. Turns up and he couldn't quite keep his feet going towards the end zone. But Tom Krieg does it again. Wow.
Man. Yeah, and I think if Tacoma is going to beat Arizona, this is exactly how they're going to do it. Send Krieg, send Hill on these fly routes, and just let them go.
Launch that. And they're going to send Zane Henderson here on the jet sweep. Doesn't quite get there. They'll rush it with Davis for another short gain. Make that 3. Way to be there, baby. Shifty Sean with the dimes is what Mikey said. Mr. Mikey Jackson trying to get his team to the United Bowl, passing it left side again. Why not try it? But overthrows him that time.
Overthrow him. That was Bubba Hill, I think, this time.
Yeah, that was number 81 there. Number 11 and 81 doing big things here for Tacoma. But it's going to be 3rd and 7 coming. And it looks like Tacoma found a weak spot here.
Yeah, and if Tacoma can exploit this weak spot all game and Arizona doesn't get a response going, that's tough.
Not to be.
Then
what?
I'm just saying, like, assuming they go to play, you know, either St. Louis or Charlotte, Tacoma, they're going to have they have to have a much different approach because both those teams are going to have much better secondaries.
Most definitely, and that's going in the back of the end zone. Not the same fortune as the other punter on the other side was able to do, but it's going to be 1st and 10 here. Arizona has the football at the 20.
Yes, sir. See what if Arizona can redeem themselves a little bit here.
No better time than right now to make a play on either side, to be honest. I have no dog in this fight. Quick pitch. He's going to turn up, sheds a man. Getting the first down is Lancelot. And it's going to be 1st and 10 coming up already. He did say he wanted to hit that slot. And he came up pretty clutch in that one. He shed that man off and got the first.
Yeah, excellent individual effort there.
And now they give it to 34, pushing forward to get a decent gain again. Only 3 carries on the game for Ulf. Is going to make it a gain of 6.
I mean, only 3 carries, but he's got, what, like 14 yards?
Yeah, 13.
13, so that's over... That's almost a 5 average.
Yeah, slightly over 4. Can't be mad at it. Still putting out those good gains, so you got to keep it moving in the middle of the field. And caught again is Lewis, sheds off one man, gets to the 40, and there goes that man.
Money Mills really balling out right now. 8 of 11.
And he had a little bit of extra time to prep since his team was able to get that number 1 seed, watching over who won the last game. He's been in the books, as you could tell. He's been working out and is going to be passing it again. Why not? They're going to pass it to Ulf, and he gets tackled immediately, getting past the 40 to around the 37.
Another 5 yards there. Nothing bad with that. Personally, I'd like to see maybe them trying some sort of outside run to maybe the short side of the field here, so left side. Top of the screen.
And they do sort of what you asked for, and it does pick up a solid gain. He gets up from it, but there's going to be a flag regardless, and I think they're going backwards. It is a hold, so it's going to be 2nd and 9 coming up. We've been seeing that a little bit, getting up and then keeping it moving. That hasn't happened all year. I've seen every game, so I would have known.
Yeah.
Like, it's happened twice so far in the playoffs. Pretty interesting, I must say.
Oh, it's just built different, these playoffs, you know?
Almost got him offsides there. And they're going to go with the reverse play. They're going with the bot player this time around. And he picks up a solid gain of around 8. Make it 9. Actually, no, that's a 8 right there.
That's 8.
Yep.
You got it right the first time.
Yeah, I thought it was 2nd and 10 for some reason. It is what it is. I told you, math is hard when you're on the fly thinking. I can't think. I don't know what to do with my hands. It's 3rd and 1. And they got him offsides, easy first down, and they get stopped, but it doesn't really matter. The drive shall continue as they move inside the 30.
Yeah, I think that was just a read of Jackson, like, yeah, whatever. Just take the penalty.
Gonna hand it off again, pushing forward past the 20, or right at the 20, I'd say. A gain of 6 on the play for Mr. Ulf. And this is the perfect time to get him involved in the offense when you're close to that red zone. See if you could bust off a quick 15, 20-yard run, which he's done all season.
Yeah, it's definitely in the realm of possibility.
He is back there. They're going to send a reverse. You know, we got that speed. He's going to shut off one man and another man and push to the 12. What a strong run from number 34.
Man blew through like 4 people.
See the replay right there. He just bounced off of his own players, the opposing players, the referees. Casper was down there, couldn't even get a hand on him. Just built different, like you said. He's a beast. But another handoff here. They're going to go back to the bot player. He had a nice gain earlier, and he's going to do it again for another solid 1 to the 5.
Yeah, he's got 15 yards on 2 carries. That ain't bad at all.
Definitely something you can't complain about if you're one of the top tier dogs in this Arizona offense. You're trying to get in that end zone, extend the lead. You love to see it. It's going to be 2nd and 3. Ulf is back there again, and they'll pass it this time around. Quick left side. It's going to be caught for the first down at the 1 yard line, and Sir Lancelot's back in the mix.
Yes, sir. Little sad he couldn't turn and fall upfield, but you know, if he fell in, like all he had to do was fall right instead of forward, and that's a touchdown.
Yeah, I think the pass was just slightly late. I think if he got that off, like as he made that break, that would have been an easy score, but it's an offsides, and it doesn't matter. It's going to be a touchdown. Don't worry about it. Touchdown. Dolphin diving. Ulf Jacobson.
I love that glitch.
Dolphin dive 1, and then Dolphin dive 2 for the touchdown. I had to say it one time. That's my favorite thing to say.
Yeah, you did.
But the point after the touchdown is here. Arizona extends the lead again. Kick is up, and it's going to be all day. 16-7 is your score, and Tacoma has a chance to get it back to a 2-point deficit if they can score a touchdown in these 4 minutes.
Yes, sir. And it's definitely doable. I mean, we've seen Tom Krieg and Bubba Hill burn these Arizona defensive backs time and time again already, so it's definitely doable.
Most definitely. Shout out to the homies in the chat again. I see 5 of y'all. I need some more. Let's make it 10. Let's make it 20. Invite your baby mamas. Like I said, I like baby mamas.
I know you got like 5.
Allegedly. But once again, don't tell my girlfriend that. That's not a very concern. There's gonna be 4 minutes left in the second though.
She doesn't watch these games, does she?
She does.
Oh man.
She's gonna have a stern talk with me after this one, but she's not into this one. I don't think. I did send her the link, but I think she's working right now, so I think we might be safe right here today. 1st and 10 coming up for Tacoma.
And before you get a phone call at halftime,
like, what is this talk about you with baby mamas? I was like, I was kidding. They're gonna send a man in motion here, though. It's Tacoma. And they are going to hand it off to Storm. Nix turns up, gets close to the 30. Looks like gain around 4. Yes.
Yeah, 51 there with the tackle. I don't know who that is off the top of my head.
That is Tyler Rogowski.
Tyler Rogowski. Excellent addition here in the draft for the Arizona last draft.
Almost got him off sides again. Not to be. 3.5 minutes left, and they're going to hand it off. Try it, why not? But runs right into Rogowski again.
Rogowski's just out there eating them.
And imagine all these players are going to be better.
This is doable. It's also stoppable. And
if it'll be in Tacoma's best interest to pick this up, you don't want to give Arizona another chance before the half.
No, not at all.
They send a blitz. It doesn't get home, but the wide open man gets him the first pass of 40. Storm Nix comes in the clutch. Good job.
Yeah. And that defender there from the middle, he just recognized it a bit too late. You see him right there.
Mm-hmm.
I think that is Rogowski. Just a little bit too late.
And he'll have those wonders.
Where that ball's going.
Yeah, he'll have those wonders. He's still a rookie. This is only his, 15th game in the USFA. Yeah. So he's only going to get better from here. And Rogowski's once again there again for an assistant tackle that time.
Iron Man's just racking him up. He's pulling out his inner Arn Jacobson.
Yeah, definitely defensive player of the year type of guy is Arn. Can't wait to see how he does for Charlotte a little bit later on today as they played their first game in the playoffs in this new era of the USFA. They said they're taking wins home. Quick pitch again is going to be caught by Davis and going to get the first down is Tacoma. Can't be mad at the drive.
Yes, sir, and that's Rogalski again.
Just everywhere, man. Like he was on Kaiser, but as soon as he seen that pass, he just went straight at him. Hey, not quick enough to stop the first down, but you got to love the fight.
Yeah. Honestly, I think the roll helped him get the first down.
There goes Davis turning up, and he's going to push for the first down. And Rogalski's in the area. He brought him down. Not enough once again for the first down, but it's going to be Tacoma pushing it forward. Look how far he chased him from.
Yeah, I know. He's like Rogalski right now is looking like an absolute steal of a draft pick for Arizona.
Sideline to sideline. That is what he does. Shout out to Raji. That's the user. As he's going to take off the run and throws it away. Almost got sacked. That could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, about half a second longer, he's going down.
Second and 10 coming up. Tacoma's trying to get the team back closer right before the half. And they're going to pass out again. Bridges looking out the backfield again. And is that him again? No, it's not. I was about to say. It's an area, though. Third and inches coming up for Tacoma.
The first time in like 8 plays, Rogalski hasn't been involved in a tackle.
And the one play he wasn't, like he was still like 5 yards away. Like he wasn't far off.
Exactly.
1 minute left. Quick pitch. Going to be caught again for the first down. Gets inside the 25. 55 seconds left. Got to expect some timeouts to come off the board now.
Yeah, absolutely. I would imagine they're going to come probably after this next play.
And honestly, this is a perfect drive up to this point. Now they just got to cap it off. 36 seconds. And they are going to hike it again, looking for a man as Bridges steps back in the pocket, throws on the run, and looked like the pressure got to him a little bit. Couldn't find Bubba Hill and across the middle.
Yep. And, well, at least it saves them a timeout.
It definitely does. 31 seconds here.
I mean, 30 seconds, 3 timeouts, 10 seconds a pop.
It's an eternity.
Yeah.
They're going to pass it again. Why not? Looking end zone and not quite there. Down to the 5-yard line, and there's the first time out. I don't blame you, homies.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Krieg already over 100 yards.
Do you go run or do you go pass?
It's open for both. I'd say probably try one. If not on second down, maybe third down. See if you could try to catch the defense slipping. They have number 8 is available to him. They might go to him already. I called it like I seen it, but he's going to get tackled before he could get out of bounds. So they have to burn that timeout.
Yep. Not that that's a big issue, though.
Not at all.
Still got one in the bank.
Mm-hmm. See, I think this is the time probably where I'll say, okay, we're in shotgun, hand off up the middle. Worst comes to worst, you could try maybe one more pass on third down and then see if you could punch it in.
Well, they only have one timeout.
Yep.
So I don't know about up the middle.
Nope. Yes, sir. Hey, maybe you should.
Middle work.
Maybe you should listen to me a bit, Caboose. Touchdown.
Why would I want to listen to you?
Shut up, Tacoma. And no, I'm not telling Tacoma to shut up. Keep on doing what you do. Great drive right before the half, man. It's gonna set the extra point here. And that looks pretty good to me. We're back to a 2-point ball game, a 13-play, 77-yard drive. And you can't ask for anything better than that.
That was some textbook football. I ain't even going to lie.
Whoever makes it to the United Bowl out of these two teams, they're going to earn it by the looks of it.
Oh, yeah. And I expect much of the same in the next matchup. St. Louis, Charlotte, those have been close games all the way through.
The top 4 teams are here. Like, no no drawbacks, no nothing. You look across the board between these four teams: Tacoma, Arizona, Charlotte, and St. Louis. They don't have too many flaws that they can be exploited, and you can see right here, both of these teams, even if they're down, they're still fighting. There's still plenty of time left in this one. I can't wait for the next game too. And Mikey in the chat, he's dancing. He said he hyped. He's trying to get his squad up into the United Bowl. See if he could potentially get Tacoma their third ring.
Yeah. Even them back up with their Pacific Ocean rivals down there in Huntington Beach.
Mm-hmm. That would be a crazy year. Like, if there was to win it, they beat their rivals to tie the amount of rings that they have. And they potentially beat the best team on the other side. Not sure if it's St. Louis or Charlotte, but assuming if it was Charlotte, which is still the favorite in my personal opinion, if they was to beat them to do that, that's just ridiculous. But regardless of that, we're going to take this one into quarter number 3. Let's go ahead and do it. And it looks like Tacoma's getting the football back. I think I did say it earlier. They did Arizona started with the football, so
they did.
Well, Tacoma has a chance to take the lead here on this drive. Let's see if they can replicate their last one. Looking for the pass and going to almost throw a pick. Right to, guess who? Rogalski.
I'm not surprised. I'm pretty sure actually one of the last times these two teams played, he had a pick 6.
Yeah, I believe that was early in the season. I remember.
So if there's anyone to do it too, it's going to be Rogalski.
Going to be passing it again. Right side there. There's an open man turning up, trying to get the first down. Reds around the defensive player is Frederick Kaiser for a big play, keeping the drive alive.
That was Lawrence Sands there making the, well, I don't know if it was a tackle, but at least pushing him out of bounds.
First and 10 once again. Another handoff. Yes, it is. It's going to be Davis, and there goes Rogalski once again with another stop. And only 6 for 18 on the day.
Tackles. How many? They actually gave that to Slay.
Yeah.
I'm surprised.
Yeah, so he got a, what's the name? Then he got assist a tackle.
Assist. Yeah.
Kind of weird, but hey, it is what it is. 2nd and 7 coming up. And I said before, Davis only has 6 carries for 18 yards. So he's under 3. He's going to try to push forward, and Derek's going to get his average right back up. Close to 4 now after that play. 1st and 10.
All it takes is one decent run, and I mean, your average can skyrocket.
1st and 10 coming up here. Close to midfield. Once again, Tacoma doing what Tacoma does. Moving the football down the field. And it's going to be another pass from Bridges. Looking for a man. Shots the middle of the field and going to be caught. Is that Bubba Hill? Yes, it is Bubba Hill.
Yes, it is.
1st and 10. Money Mills in the chat. Shout out to Mr. ATM himself. Rooting on his Arizona Rattlers. Trying to get the job done. We got ourselves a great game. So invite your people, man. It's going to be a fun ride for sure.
Get the folks in here. This is definitely going to be a fun one. All the way through. Is that Rogalski again?
Is it? I couldn't quite tell. I was looking away.
I think that was 51. It is. That is 51 Rogalski for his 7th tackle of the game solo.
So he's well over 10.
Not to mention 6 assists he has.
And a pass deflection.
That's true.
Another handoff coming. And a decent hold for Davis. Gets him close to the red zone. Davis starting to pick it up a little bit here. 1st and 10.
Just a little bit. And you're hoping if you're Arizona, you can get a quick stop, maybe keep them to 3, and then get your own running back a bit more involved in this game.
Will we see our first number 1 seed knocked out early? That's going to be interesting. Quick pitch off the screen, passing it. Going to try to turn up and drag down by the shoulder pads. It's going to be 2nd and 7.
I do think the expert prediction was Tacoma winning this game.
Interesting. But can Arizona get the stop here. Field goal will give Tacoma the lead, not a lead that they should be proud of because they still got some work to do. But regardless, taking the lead, being down from earlier, giving up 2 big scores, being in this position, they could be in a lot worse spots.
True. And Arizona kind of shot themselves in the foot by kind of only getting a field goal that first drive and then missing the extra point on their first touchdown. So there's a handful of points up there that they just kind of left in the air.
Making the handoff, deep drop back for Bridges, looking for the score. Try and middle the field, right side, it's going to be almost picked off.
Oh,
and that's a
great
stop on
deflection
third.
there.
Good job.
Yeah, that was exactly what they needed right there.
Arizona gets the stop, and we'll see the field goal team come in unless the Tacoma team says, screw it, we want the score, be it the touchdown. And they do have their offense on the field. They're not playing games here. And they're going to go backwards, so unfortunate.
Do they? Oh, no. I was not looking at the O-line. I saw the bottom D-line jump.
Yeah, that was the right guard, I believe, that jumped or something. Yeah, the bad moves there. Now they have to settle for a field goal. Shooting yourselves in the foot. You have a play like that, and then you also have the long touchdown that they missed earlier in the game. But they'll take the 1-point lead by the kick of Stinger, and that's going to make it a 17-16 ball game. We got ourselves a good one.
Yeah. A lead is a lead is a lead. So as long as you can protect it and you have a lead, you're going to win, you know? It's pretty simple stuff. I know. Profound things, I'm saying.
Refs cheating. We were about to score there for sure. That's what Mikey said in the chat. You never know what happens until it happens, my friend, you know? Look,
man, I pay a lot of money for these refs to call the way they do.
Mikey Jackson tags Money Mills and asks them how much y'all pay for that call. And I had to think it's somewhere within $10,000 to $15,000. I think that would have been enough, I'm sure.
I don't know about that.
Well, a little bit more?
I mean, I'm paying him $20,000 to rig this game, so I would hope so.
Oh, that's tough. It's gonna be past the 20 is Sir Lancelot. No big return there. 1st and 10. Once again, Arizona has a chance to get the lead right back. He said 15 Rex. Then I do it too. Yeah, big mood. 1st and 10. See the total yards there pretty even between both teams. Tacoma looks to have the advantage here so far. Money Mills standing in the pocket strong, and he's going to launch it deep in the middle and gonna be caught by Lancelot. Oh my goodness. Let him know what direction you're going. Arizona's getting the first.
He just sat there and waited. He had all the time in the world.
You know,
yeah, perfect.
You know what that pass reminded me of? It reminded me of Aaron Rodgers on that particular play. Like how he just like he took a step back and just like flung it. But
just a little bit.
That was nice though.
That was an escape run there. Nothing was going on, and then he just handed it off to try and get something out of nothing.
Sir Lancelot with the box out.
That was a design.
That was a box out. Hey.
Yeah.
It is what it is. They're going to send him on the motion this time around. Cuts up and gets close to the 20, making that 3rd down easier.
Nice little shovel pass, 5-yard gain. Lancelot kind of doing a little bit of everything right now.
You see, on those particular plays, that is where, you know, like you give your arm a little bit of a break. Just toss it a little bit forward. Give it to your mans. Let him do what he do.
Yeah. I want to see him bump this down low, actually. Nope, they're going to run it straight up the middle. A lot of inside runs, and they're just not quite working right now.
Yeah, Tacoma's been doing very well in regards to containing that. But regardless of that, the drive is still here. They're in field goal range, potential for a touchdown. I mean, that's all you can really ask for. It's one play at a time.
Yeah.
Quick pitch off the release and going to go ahead and miss them by a few yards or so. It's going to be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, just a bit out of the reach there of Lancelot. It was a nice-looking little play, but it just bit out of the reach and not to be. This looks like a run. Massive stacked box, though.
And it's going to get stuffed again. Not to be less than 4 carry here for all. It's going to be 3rd and 10 now.
Yeah, they're just not doing enough up front to block. I mean, there's people getting behind the line before he even really gets the ball. So, I mean, he's a great running back, and he can definitely beat some people. But when you want him to beat him right off the bat, you got to do a little bit better.
Turns up and not going to get the first. They tried to give it to Lewis on the flat, and they're going to get stopped for a 3rd down attempt. Field goal crew's coming.
So exchanging field goals, nothing wrong with that.
David Washington.
Assuming they make it here.
Yeah. We've seen some misses so far. Looking for the kick. And that looks pretty good to me. 19-17 is your score. The Tacoma defense holds true in the red zone, as does Arizona's defense. So right now it's going to be up to see who's going to make the first mistake. And I think that team is going to end up losing this game. Me personally. That huge mistake.
I mean, there's been some mistakes already. I think it's a matter of which one can overcome the other team's offense first. For the most part, these teams have been able to get into the red zone fairly consistently.
Mm-hmm.
The issue with both teams, I'd say right now, is their run games are either being poorly executed or poorly designed.
Mm-hmm.
So whichever team can get their run game online first, I think was going to come out with this.
Jaquay Walls looking for the game breaker. Not going to find one here as he makes it to the 20. It's going to be 1st and 10 coming up. Let's see if Sean Bridges can find another one of those deep one-hitter quitters. I think this is around time for Tacoma to start focusing a little bit more on that, because if they was to try to get the victory, I think 1 or 2 of those plays will put them over the edge. There's a handoff again, turn it up, and there goes Davis, tackled down by the legs. A solid gain there of 7. And you see right there, stats-wise, both halfbacks, the star halfbacks, are under 50 yards rushing.
Yeah, like I said, this is what I'm saying. Whichever team can get their running back online first, I think they're going to win this game. Both the Arizona run game is being run straight up the middle, nothing outside, and it's not working. If they can adjust that to the outside and maybe get some success, I'd like their chances. If vice versa, if the eruption can just find a little bit more success, period, on the run game, then I like their chances.
I think if Bridges waited 1 more second and looked deeper up the middle of the field, Bubba Hill was going to be wide open for the score.
Probably.
But regardless of that, it's a 1st and 10 coming up again. Right side is going to be caught by Henderson and pushed forward close to the 40. Way to keep your legs under you, young fella. It's 1st and 10, eruption.
Henderson is not, if I understand, a young fella.
Oh, yeah, he's been in the league for a minute. I believe like 5 seasons, 4 or 5 seasons, something like that. Could be longer than that.
Blaze Henderson is... Hold on. Blaze Henderson's on Huntington Beach.
Well, Blaze Henderson and Zane Henderson are 2 different users.
Zane Henderson.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Blaze.
Henderson, yeah, Zane Henderson, I'm pretty sure, is new.
Mm-hmm.
I can check that for you.
I believe it was like year 3 or 4 or something like that, if I can remember. He's been in the league for a
Let's go to the Tacoma roster. Zane Henderson. He's year 5.
Year 5, yeah, that makes sense. Handoff again, a big hole coming. Taking it to the 30. Close to the 20 is Lamar Davis. Trying to push forward as the 3rd quarter is coming to a close.
And that's not a good sign if you're Arizona. That is a big run, and that's something that should be concerning for them.
As we flip this one to the other side, 12 more minutes. I'm not expecting a tie, but if the score of the line is possible, looking off of the helmet and still caught to the 20, down to the 15. Sometimes you need a little luck in your offense.
Hits him in the back of the head. He's like, what was that? Looks up and catches it anyways.
You love to see it. That's a heads up play there by the young buck,
Quite literally.
Storm Nixon third. Heads up play. You see what I did there? You love to see it, because then the man in motion, and they will hand it off again. Finds a little bit of a crease, rolling slowly towards the first down mark, but not quite there. 3rd and inches.
Yeah. By the way, that was Rogalski again.
Who knew? He's everywhere.
Man's got like 15 tackles or something.
Mikey said that's the football guy that's coming into play on that one. 3rd and inches.
Absolutely.
Another handoff. Push it forward. First down. A little bit more. Past the 10. Down to around like the 9.5 yard line or so. 1st and goal once again for Tacoma.
As he levitates back to his feet.
You love to see it. Good job, EA.
Oh, yeah. Great job.
10 minutes left in the 4th. Still plenty of time for Arizona to respond no matter what happens. And they still have the lead right now. So nothing is settled until Tacoma finds a way, unless they do plays like
They
that.
do right there.
Touchdown. Lamar Davis. And he gets another score in his playoff career. Good job.
Yeah, great start for him. Great start for Tacoma in general here, or to this 4th quarter. Getting back into the lead and making it hopefully look good.
Nope.
No. Oh, man.
He
It's
shanked that
messing
one.
with my depth perception.
Too many hits to the head, sir?
Yeah, maybe a few too many hits to the head.
It'd be like that.
So a 4-point lead at least means they have to get a touchdown to get back into this.
Now, can Tacoma's
Be better
defense
if it
come in
was
the clutch?
close,
Yeah. Neither team is out of the water yet until it's more of a 2-possession lead. Arizona can just as easy get down the field and score a touchdown. And then on the other side, if Tacoma has enough time, they could win it via the field goal. So no one's out the water yet. I'd stay tuned.
This is true. Massive 4th quarter here. Massive last handful of minutes in this game.
Gonna be taken from the 5 yard line. Lancelot tackled right at the 20. Good tackle there. Gonna be 1st and 10 here for Arizona. Number 1 team down. Number team in the West down in the 4th quarter. Mikey said that was a good tackle right there on special teams. Yes, it was. I agree with you, sir. Left hash for Arizona. Quick pitch and finds his man. Turns up, and I think he's got a lot of speed. You better watch out as he gets into Tacoma territory. Only takes 1 play for number 34.
Yes, sir. Great hit in the flats there, and just turns on the Jets immediately after.
Great coverage there for Tacoma to not allow that to be a touchdown. I've seen that too many times where no one came within 5 to 10 yards as they give it to him again, pushing forward for a short gain.
And again, it's another run up the middle. It's a short gain. Again, they are not you're not getting anything there. You got to stop running to this well because it's not working.
Plenty of time. The offense and the playbook still open for business. Looking for a pass again is Mills on the run. Avoids the sack. Takes off to run. Got some coverage. He gets crunched in between 2 defenders there.
You do not want to see your quarterback taking hits like that. That's for sure.
Looking like Josh Allen right there. About to go set up that hospital bill a little bit nicer. 3rd and 4 coming. 8 minutes left in the 4th. Still some time. Going to be passing it again. Looking right side and going to be overthrown. And that is a bad time pass right there. Now, do you go for it here? Or do you go ahead and send the punt team, see if the defense gets a stop?
I don't know. I mean, they had that absolutely insane punt inside the 1 yard line earlier.
Mm-hmm.
It's possible they can do it again.
They're going to try it again.
I think that's what they're going to try.
Why not? Punt is away, and it looks like it's going to the right a little bit, and it is going into the end zone for a touchback. So Tacoma will start at the 20. And if their offense could come alive one more time, we could see some red in that United Bowl.
I think we could too. And if you're Arizona, this is potentially a time to hit the panic button.
Especially with how this Tacoma team has been moving in the second half. They've been pretty good, as I've seen so far, and they're going to go ahead and launch left side, dragging the toes, going to make the catch, 1st and 10, Tacoma.
Frederick Kaiser, one of the best to ever do it in the tight end capacity. Here before Mr. Vic Dotson, who we'll see later, but definitely one of the greats.
Yes, most definitely. Almost got that man at the top of your screen, offsides. They're going to hand it off. Finds a little bit of a hole. Is the homie Norm Nix a third, and he's going to take it for another 1st down. That's just heart right there.
That is, and he took 3 guys with him, so
Andre Krim was right there too.
Yeah, I think for Arizona at this point, this is red flags need to be going off.
Panic button is definitely being hit. And another handoff, yes, it is. And gonna get taken down by it, not take it back. Me misses the tackle. It's a flag, though, right at the end of the play, but it's an illegal block in the back. You never want to see it. And especially after missing the tackle was Rogowski. That's a weird sight to see.
Yeah, and then Nix came and gave him a nice little shove from behind, so not what you want to see there.
Homies in Tacoma trying to get the upset W. Well, will it really be upset? I think they're both pretty even. But handoff.
I think they're pretty equal teams.
Yeah.
Hey, there's Rogowski. He makes up for it.
Yeah, it's 2nd and 5 coming up. It's like, you ain't going to make me miss again. I'll take you down.
It's funny. The last 3 tackles he had, it said he's still at 7 tackles. So I don't know. I don't know what they're counting.
I'm not sure. Watch, he's going to have like 17 when this game is over, you know?
Probably, yeah.
Another handoff. No, it's a fake. Looking for a man. As Bridges on the run, launches, and got a man wide open. It's Bubba Hill. That is going to be a stab in the back. Pointing out for your boys. Touchdown. Tacoma.
Yeah, that's pretty tough. The blitz almost got there, and who was that, 27? I think that's the bot guarding that man. So not who you want to put on him.
That's Juju Moore, actually. He is a user. But regardless of that, Juju Moore versus Bubba Hill, we've already seen too many times today. That is not a matchup you want to have.
Nope. Not one bit.
And now Arizona has to find a way to score twice in less than 6 minutes.
Definitely doable. But they need to get a stop.
That's where the issues may lie in this one.
Well, I don't know if you've noticed, there's a man named by the name of Tyler Rogowski who's got like 17 tackles.
Honestly, if he doesn't have 27, I don't think it will really matter. But regardless of that, they still have a chance here in this ball game. Just like you said, a quick score will definitely help their cause. They do not need a long drive. They need a quick touchdown, just like Tacoma did, to pretty much erase it. And then, just like you said, they got to get a stop.
And I mean, Arizona has the offensive talent to do it.
Definitely.
You got Lancelot. You got Jacobson. You've got Sanchez. Like, use your weapons. Use them effectively.
Sanchez, what a meme. Going to be passing this one again and overthrows Jacobson on that one here. And now we're going to have to see a little bit of this mettle of the rookie quarterback. What hasn't been a situation he's very familiar with in the big leagues. He's been pretty much winning out for the most part.
Well, Money Mills, here's the thing. He is, I believe, a 3-time ECFL champion down in the ECFL College League. He's been in this kind of situation before in playoffs. He's just got to get it together here.
And he's going to take off to run to the left side. And he is going to throw on the run behind the defenders. And it does not help him out there. 3rd and 10. And it's definitely 4th down territory all the way through regardless. There's no point. There's no point even trying to debate that. If they don't get the first down, it's pretty much ball game. But they got 2 chances here. With the 3rd and 10, here comes Mills. Again, they're going to try the screen pass, and he's going to get chased down from behind once again. John Carter making the play along with another player, and it's 4th and 9.
Man, it's just there's no support up front to block.
And a play like that, you can expect Arizona to run, and it's worked in their favor, but looked like Tacoma did a little bit of their homework in this one.
Yeah, just a little bit. They've come in, they've really shut this down really well.
And they're going to go short, and that is not going to be enough. No one was open up the field. I would have at least tried to launch it at that point. That wasn't going to work out. But 1st and 10 coming up. Tacoma's getting the football back.
And short of some massive defensive heroics, I think this one's just about over. I hate to say it, but it's not looking pretty.
Not at all. Another handoff coming. He's trying to break the game. Runs it to a player there. Is that Rogowski again?
That's Rogowski again.
God. 2nd and 6. And it says 8 there, so I don't know. He has like 20 tackles. Going with a bunch set.
I wonder if they're counting them as like assisted tackles or something.
Yeah, hand off in a hole fine there, but a flag on the play that'll back him up. It's going to make a 2nd and 16. And it does stop the clock, so I guess that does help good. Arizona.
And make it 2nd 16. It stops the clock, and you're still down by 11, which is no good. But at least it gives you hopefully a bit more of a fighting chance and takes him out of field goal range.
Mikey Jackson said his jersey's too clean. They didn't even test them. Going to be handed off again in a big hole. There goes Davis pushing forward. Going to get the first down off of that play. And the drive shall continue. Clock keeps on turning.
And this is what I meant earlier at the beginning of the half. The team that gets their run game going, they're going to win. The Tacoma offensive line has been able to open up holes in the middle of the field for their running back. And this game, at least, the Arizona line just has not been able to open anything up in terms of holes or forward blocking for their run game.
And it keeps snowballing after that pass to Zane Henderson. Going to pick up another first down. And I guess now they're just putting the icing on top of the cake here. If they could go up even more in this ball game. Honestly, I think it's the drip that's moving this Tacoma team. I mean, if I didn't make the jerseys, who knows where they would have been. Thank you.
I think you're lying.
I mean, all I know is they're undefeated with their new jerseys. That's all I'm saying. Left side and another dot, and he couldn't keep his feet in bounds. He almost had that one.
Excellent tackle to push him straight out of bounds before he could get his feet down.
Looks like Andre Krim just walks into the building. I'm sure you're not a fan of what the score looks like right now, but still some time. And they got to go backwards. Got to give credit where credit is due, though. The Tacoma team, they've played probably one of their best defensive games we've seen all season long, especially going up against who they went up against. Outside of that big play to Sir Lancelot, has been pretty mid here for this Arizona team.
Yeah, and again, a large part of that is the lack of being able to run the ball, like Tacoma has been able to. The lack of forward blocking it's been so noticeable. Because whenever there's a handoff, there's already 2 white jerseys to the ball carrier. When there's a short pass, there's already 2 white jerseys right there ready to make a tackle. There's just not enough time and development for those guys to get moving upfield.
The 3rd and goal here. They're going to go ahead and pass it, look for the touchdown. They're going to toss this right side. It's going to be caught, but the bot player is just going to take this one out of bounds. Really doesn't matter. Tacoma's going to have another chance to score.
Yeah. It was really, the big thing is it stopped the clock. Not that it's, I think, going to matter, but I mean, it stops the clock for Arizona at least.
It's still a 2-possession ball game with the made field goal. So I guess you could take solace in that. 14 points to be exact. So they pretty much need a touchdown like within their next 2 plays, and that includes the kickoff return coming soon.
Yeah, they need to get a quick touchdown, get the ball back on an onside kick, and then get another touchdown.
Have fun with that.
It ain't pretty.
Setting this one up here in just a little bit. Stand by. We got one more game a little bit later between the homies in Charlotte. They're going to be hosting St. Louis in our final conference championship game. That's going to be a fun ride too. I don't know. It's just been crazy in these games, though. It's been fun watching them.
Absolutely.
And we're going to say this kickoff coming does keep it in the field of play, so that will burn more clock against Arizona's chagrin. It's going to be 1st and 10.
2:15. I mean, you only lose 4 seconds. It's not the worst. You got to think this has got to go deep.
I'll be passing this one, going screen off the back foot to Ulf, turns up the field, got a lot of room, past 40, past midfield, and gets tackled inbounds. Really doesn't matter. It'll take it to the 2-minute warning, but it's a good start.
Yeah, it was a good start, and it made something out of nothing at least.
Mm-hmm. Those are a little bit of the plays I was kind of expecting from Arizona coming into this ball game. He's well over 80 yards receiving is off, so he definitely has that big play ability. Most of it did come out of that play right there, but that's besides the point. Got to get your playmakers of football. Left side and caught again. That's Sean McGowan for another catch on the day. Going to make it 1st and 10.
And just not quite what you want to see. You got to start taking more shots deeper downfield.
There goes Mikey Jackson there with the tackle along with another homie. Going to be passing it again. Middle of the field and going to be in some coverage. Once again, going short. Man.
Not what you want to see. Money Mills, I know it's a whole different beast up here in the pros. You know, coming from college down here up here to the pros. It's a different level. It's a different amount of compete. These guys are a lot better.
Right side, overall. Another short pass. He does get out of bounds, but once again, they do not need 2-yard gains. They need a touchdown.
They do. This needs to go deep.
Well, actually, that was around like what?
It was a 4-yard game.
4-yard game? Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, roughly.
But it's 3rd and 2 here.
But still, this needs to be an end zone shot. Plain and simple.
And they're going to toss to the left side and going to get deflected by Mikey. Too easy for the homie. The veteran says no to that play. It's 4th and 2 coming. Great defense, too.
It was good coverage there. And, I mean, now you got to go for it.
Andre Krim's calling for the flag. It does not appear the referees agree with them in that instance, but this potentially could be the last play. They're going to hand it off, and they're going to get the 1st down. But once again, they need to pass the football. And they
need to make a timeout here.
And you know how it goes. When you get a 1st down, it's going to burn another 10 seconds off of the clock. That's not going to help them out as they go no huddle here. 40 seconds left. They need to score right here, right now. And they got a flag, so the clock will stop regardless. Taking off to run. Just going to run into a man. It doesn't get better, but they do get 5 yards, I suppose.
I guess. This is...
Would you call that a consolation prize?
I guess. That ain't pretty.
Mikey Jackson says he's just that damn good. No flags over here, son. Better watch who you throwing to, Money Mills. That's what he said, not me. He's going to be passing it, looking for a touchdown, middle of the field, and that is a drop by Antonio Lewis. And even then, that might have been the best play because he would have got tackled and more time would have came off the clock.
Yeah, it probably was a good enough read. Even if it wasn't intentional, that's perfectly fine.
Definitely would like to see a shot towards the end zone or a route that is going towards the end zone. One of the two. Going to be passing it again right side. They're going short again, reaching out for the first down, and they'll call it their second time out. So, not the greatest of game plans right there.
No, and that's... I don't know if it's game management here from our lovely EA masters or if it's just... he just can't get his reads off before the pressure gets to him.
I told you, just like you said, how good he was in college. These boys are quicker and faster, so you got to process them quick. And he tried a little too quick on that one, and that was no good.
Just a fun fact, this game, they have attempted 0 outside runs.
And he's been keeping count on that one for sure. You already know he's as tedious of a sim league junkie as I am, so I knew he was checking, looking left side. He's wide open. He got both feet down, but I don't know if he got him in bounds. But they're gonna call a touchdown here for McGowan.
I think it's just pity points at this point because
he might have got it.
He's in.
He got it barely.
He got it. Got his toes in, but I mean, at this point, it's too little, too late.
Kick is up, and it gets worse now. If they was to score in 19 seconds, they have to get a 2-point on top of it.
Yeah, I mean, they need to get a.
I mean, they still got to get the onside. They got to get that before they think about a 2-point conversion and a touchdown. But just to think, all of the hurdles they have to go through, you got to give once again Tacoma. They came out balling.
A lot of credit here. They did. They started a little slow, and I was worried for them there. But I think Arizona kind of shot themselves in the foot by only pushing these inside runs that didn't work.
And I got the scores pretty close, so I was at like 37-23 or something like that.
I don't quite remember. Someone else can go watch the VOD at the end and tell us, but I know I was nowhere close.
Yeah, you was like, they're both going to score 50.
I didn't say that. I said 54-46.
It bounces a little bit. They did
bobble it.
And it's going to be picked up by Tacoma out of the reach of the Arizona team.
Fumbled right there.
That'll be hilarious. But regardless of that, it looks like Tacoma, you'll have your shot to get your third ring in your history. Great job overall once again by the Tacoma Eruption. We'll have to wait a little bit longer to see if Arizona could get to the big game. We'll have to wait till next season for that, as they called their last time out. And this appears to be the final score here, 33-25. And what was a great game overall. You definitely want to start out.
It was a great game.
You definitely want to start out with the game like that. We still have the main event of the evening later on with St. Louis and Charlotte, and that should be coming up within the next 10 minutes or so. So make sure you watch out for that. We'll be back on because I know we both got some stuff to do. I ain't trying to do this all night, even though I love to get the games rolling. I say I got a life now. I got something to do. But regardless of that game, hey, I told you I have a girlfriend.
You do? I thought you had baby mamas.
Shut up. That's allegedly. I have alleged baby mamas. But regardless of that, the final score is 33-25. What are your thoughts on both teams, starting with Arizona in this ball game and their outlook going into season 8?
Really quick. Go back really quick.
To team sets?
No, to just go back one more.
What, the play sets?
No. Back to like the main end of game screen. Yeah. Right there. Sean Bridges 80% completion to Money Mills under 70%. That's huge. Yeah, they got about the same amount of yards, but in turn, like that's less ended drives from Bridges because of your own inaccuracies.
And you see right there.
1 for 7 on third down is just brutal.
Yeah, that's tough. Not to be there. You see 60% is decent enough. Third down percentage wise, but if your other team is going for 14%, then you're looking like a god. So both teams scored each time they made the red zone. But once again, what are your thoughts on Arizona going into season 8 and how they did tonight?
I don't know. I think it's going to be an interesting season. The rumor has it that Ulf might be trying to get out at some point. I know, especially after last year's season 6, he was not happy. And season 7, I mean, this is not how you want to end a season if you are Arizona. So I expect Arizona to try and go all in before they have to get rid of a lot of big pieces and try and rebuild. Krim going to be heading out after season 8, from what I understand as well. So it's kind of seeming like season 8 is the year for them to do it, if no other.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking for them to make some big offseason additions.
I called it 17 tackles there for Rogowski. Just so God. 9 solo, 8 assisted. He was all over the field. He was also on the field a lot. So that did give him the chance to do it. Andre Kremens, his season 7 with 3 tackles. Looking a little bit further, there goes Dexter Hall with a couple.
Alfonso with an assist.
Yup. No sacks on either side, I believe. Both quarterbacks are fairly clean. Except for one that got taken back, but no, that don't count over here in the USFA.
Yeah. And
that's really about it. We could go ahead and set up the party for the Eastern Conference Championship game while I finish these stats up. What are you thinking about that? Just a quick little splurge before we do the deep dive.
You know, I think it's going to be St. Louis. Just my gut feeling says it's St. Louis.
Interesting. I still have Charlotte coming out on top. It's going to be a good game for sure. I don't know how it's going to go down, but we shall see as we move on to game number 2 of tonight. Stay tuned. We'll be back on, and let's get this money.